Okay, and my third evening standard puzzle, which we're going to look at today, is this Gogen. I like these. So we've got beg, which means the E must be between the B and the G, which means it must be in one of these two, so I put the E between them, like that. Next we look at brawny. Well, there's the B and there's the Y. So B-R-A, they could actually be anywhere here, those letters, so we've got nothing there, except the fact that we know an R will be next to the B, so it's in between these three here. So I put it on that intersection there. The N could be anywhere around here, so it could be any of those, or could it? A, W. Actually, no. It could only be one of these three. I think B, R, A. No, it could be any of those. Bit tricky, that one to work out. So let's move on. Din. There's no letters in there for that. Fat. It's one of these three, so I'm just going to write it over it like that. Joy. Joy. It's got to be between the O and the Y, so it'll be one of those two, so we put it between them. Lux. Well, we don't have an L, but we know that there's only three letters near the X, so it's going to be one of them, so we can put that on that nexus there. Picky. Again, well, we know the K is going to be next to the Y, so let's just put it in the actual round thing there. Squat. Again, we know the S will be next to the Q, but that's really all. S, Q, U. Looks like the A is going to have to be in one of these three, which means, and it can't be this one because we've got it on those three, so it's going to have to be in one of those two there. So we've whittled the A down now to these two, you see. Veal. Again, we've got no V and we've got no L yet. We don't even have tentative positions for them, so let's move on to whom. W-H-O-M. Can't see any letters for that. And wonder. Well, here's the E and there's the R. So what I start to do now is I just look for other letters in the word wonder that other words share. So we've got din there. Brawny. Ah, the N is, we know the N was here, wasn't it, in these four. So one, look, so the N of wonder is going to be in somewhere in these four, and then we've got to get all the way over to this E here, which means that the D must be there. It's got to be. So we can ink that in. So that was by looking at, what was it by looking at? Well, whatever it was we looked at, I can't remember now. It gets so complicated to think about. Okay, so we've got one inked in there, and we can cross it off down here. So we just keep going around again. Din. So the I, it must be in one of these three here. And is there anything else with it? There's picky has got the. Oh look, picky. So the I must be next to a C, which means it must be now reduced to one of these two, because this one is not next to the C. So, and the K is going to be one of those two now. Because it's got to be between the C and the Y. I hadn't spotted that earlier. Let's just go on again a bit to squat, E-S-Q. Well, for the U to connect to the A after the, between the Q and the A, the U must be one of these two. Or, sorry, one of these three, because the A could be there. So let's just put that there as well. And see what else has got a U in it. Nothing, unfortunately. Oh, Lux. Lux has got... Ah, now look. The U's got to go there, though, hasn't it? Which means it's going to have to be in there. It's going to have to be one of these two, because of that other requirement of it for the word Lux. So let's keep going on again. Where did we get to? Let's just go back to fat. No, fat's no good. Joy. Joy, no. And Lux, we've looked at that just now. Are there any others with an L? Veal has an L in it. So the A and the U both have to connect to the L, but that doesn't help us a lot. We could tentatively say that the L might be there or there or there, but that's all we can say. Right, let's go back to the top. Beg. Nothing there doing. Brawny. B W. Well, I think that the W is going to have to be in here in order to get over to that Y in time. And so the N is going to have to be in one of these two. It can't be in that third one up there. So we've inked in our W now as well. And that's quite good because we've got some words with W's at the bottom here. We've got whom. So the O is over this side, so the H is going to have to be there or there. Or it could be there. Could be one of these three. And we've got wonder. Well, for the O is going to have to... we've decided the O is one of those, so it's going to have to be that. And the N was one of those, so it's going to have to be that. So the wonder. So we've got the one of wonder. And the H was one of those too, so we know it's going to have to be that one now. Which leaves this spare for something. Look, we've got joy. Let's start crossing these off. The H, the O, the N, and the W. So we know we've got something in here. So we're going to look for these letters. Joy, picky, squat, veal, whom. So it must be the M of whom, because that can't be anywhere else. No other way to get it to make the word, so the M must be there. So you can also start crossing off the words if you like. I quite like to do that, if I'm absolutely sure. Joy, so because they're not going to tell us anything anymore. I should have crossed them off in red, really, because we still might have made a mess somewhere. We might have made a mistake. But I don't think I have. Now then. Where did we get to? Wonder, beg. Nothing doing. Brawny. Well, look now, we're already at this stage where it looks like the A is going to have to be there, because otherwise how on earth are we going to get to the W? Now that we know the W is this side. Which means the R will have to be on one of those two. Din. Well, the only way to get from the D to the N is there now with this I. Fat. Lux. No, nothing doing there yet. Picky. I, C, K, R. Well, look, it's going to have to be there. See that? There are only two spaces there. P, I, C, K, Y. Has to be like that. Squat. It's going to have the S in there. One of these two, because it's got to get to that. And then U, A, T. So the U must be that one. So that we can go S, Q, U, A, T. W-O-N-D. Still haven't got wonder. Beg or beg. Brawny we've got. We've done that. That works. Lux. Oh, well, Lux. The L must be there then. Veal. So we've got veal, wonder and beg. So what way round do these have to be? Well, the E must connect to the A, so it's going to have to be on this lower part of those two that it's on, which leaves us just with the V of veal and the R of wonder. And it looks like they've got two solutions this week, because you could put the V and the R either way round. The V could be there and the R there. A V there, I think. Brawny. Which I crossed off. I shouldn't have crossed it off. Brawny. Veal. Brawny. Veal. Wonder. Where is it? W-O-D-R. Beg. B-E-G. Gogen.